Buying a used Mercedes can be a dream, or it can be a nightmare that drains your wallet. Here is how to make sure it is the dream. We have ranked 10 critical things to inspect on any used Mercedes before handing over your money, from quick visual clues to hidden mechanical red flags that can cost thousands in repairs. Starting at number 10, it all begins with what you can spot before you even open a door. In the 10th place, start your inspection with a slow walk around the car, zeroing in on the exterior body and paint. Uneven panel gaps, anything wider than 4 millimeters, can signal poorly repaired accident damage or cheap aftermarket parts. Mismatched paint, especially at the seams or door edges, often reveals hidden bodywork. And overspray on trim or weather seals is a classic giveaway of a quick respray. Check that every door, hood, and trunk latch lines up and closes smoothly, because misaligned latches can mean the frame was once bent and pulled straight. These simple visual clues cost nothing to check, and they can expose a car with a troubled past, helping you negotiate a better deal or walk away before deeper problems surface. Number 9, tires tell a story most buyers miss. Run your hand across the tread. If you feel more than 0.3 of an inch difference from one edge to the other, that is a classic sign of camber or toe misalignment. This is not just about replacing a set of tires. Uneven wear often means worn control arms or bent suspension parts, and those repairs can run upwards of $800 per side on a Mercedes. Check the DOT date code too. Tires older than 6 years are overdue for replacement even if they look fine. Spotting feathered edges, cupping, or bald spots early can save you from inheriting a suspension problem that wrecks your ride quality and empties your wallet. Simple tread checks up front can reveal hidden issues that cost far more to fix than a fresh set of rubber. 8th place goes to the interior, where Mercedes packs in more electronics than most buyers realize. Power up the car and watch how quickly the command or MBX screen boots. Anything longer than 2 seconds or a screen that freezes or loops could mean a failing head unit. That repair is not cheap. A replacement can run up to $1,500, and even a software reflash often costs over $150. Next, check every seat adjustment and memory button for smooth, full travel. If the seat memory module is sluggish or dead, expect a bill of $700 or more to replace it, with added expense for dealer coding. Water intrusion or age can cause KA and bus glitches, so flick every window switch, climate control, and sunroof button. Even if the dash is clear, hidden electronic failures can trigger expensive repairs down the line. Spotting these issues before you buy is the best way to avoid a luxury headache. Number 7, rust and undercarriage inspection is where a great-looking Mercedes can turn into a financial disaster. Slide under the car with a flashlight and check the frame rails, brake line brackets, and suspension mounts for bubbling paint or flaking metal, classic signs of a structural corrosion. Pay extra attention to the rear wheel arches and the subframe, where water and salt love to hide. Use an ultrasonic thickness gauge if you have one. Any spot thinner than 2 millimeters is a structural warning. Rust perforation on the chassis is not just cosmetic. Repairing a compromised frame can cost $4,000, and pitted brake lines are an instant MOT failure. that can lead to brake fluid leaks and a total loss of stopping power. Even small rust patches can spread fast, so do not ignore the smell of damp metal or freshly painted undercoating, which often means someone is hiding a bigger problem. Spotting these issues now could save you from buying a car that is unsafe and impossible to resell. Number 6, transmission behavior separates a solid Mercedes from a financial nightmare. On your test drive, pay close attention to how the 7G Tronic or 9G Tronic gearbox shifts. Any harsh jolts, delayed engagement, or a shudder between 30 and 45 miles per hour can signal deep trouble inside the mechatronic unit or the torque converter. Feel for hesitation when moving from park to drive, and notice if the transmission seems to slip or lurch during upshifts. Pop the hood after driving and check the transmission fluid. A burnt smell or a dark, milky color means the fluid has been cooked, often pointing to internal wear. These symptoms are not just quirks. They often mean a $1,500 mechatronic bench repair at best, or a full dealer replacement that can top $9,000. Do not ignore a check engine light or a stored P07XX code, even if the car drives normally. Hidden faults can lurk until the warranty is long gone. Spotting these red flags on the road can save you from a transmission bill that wipes out any savings on the purchase price. Drop a comment below with which Mercedes model you are looking at, and do not forget to subscribe for more car buying tips. Number 5, engine oil and fluid checks can reveal the difference between a healthy Mercedes and an engine on the brink of failure. Pop the hood and pull the oil dipstick. If you find milky, coffee-colored oil, that is a classic sign of coolant mixing with oil, often due to a blown head gasket. That repair alone can run well over $3,000. Even a simple valve cover leak, if left unattended, can drip onto ignition coils and sensors, leading to electrical issues and a $400 repair bill. Check the coolant reservoir as well. Oil floating on top or a muddy color means trouble. Transmission and brake fluids should be clean and at the correct level, and dark or contaminated fluids suggest a history of skipped maintenance. Mercedes engines are sensitive to neglected service intervals, and dirty fluids can hide years of abuse. Spotting these red flags now can save you from buying a car that is one oil change away from catastrophic engine failure. Number 4, never trust a clean dashboard alone. Always run a full OBD2 scan before you even think about negotiating. Mercedes hides a world of trouble in its electronic modules, and a basic code reader will not catch the real threats. Sellers often clear fault codes right before a sale, wiping the dash clean but leaving pending and history codes buried in the system's memory. Only a Mercedes-specific scanner like a Star or a Zentry can access those hidden layers and reveal U codes for lost communication with air suspension, command, or even the engine control unit. A cleared U0200 code or U0100 code might mean you are about to inherit a $3,000 air suspension repair or a $2,500 engine module fix, all without a single warning light. Insist on seeing both pending and confirmed codes, and do not let a seller rush you. The absence of codes on a cheap scanner means nothing. A proper scan is your only defense against buying someone else's expensive problems. Number 3, service history and maintenance records are your crystal ball for predicting whether a used Mercedes will be a lasting luxury or a ticking time bomb. Ask to see the full maintenance ledger. Every oil change, brake flush, and transmission service should be logged with dates and mileage. Consistent records showing OEM fluids and parts at the proper intervals are a strong sign of disciplined ownership, and cars with these logs tend to have far fewer catastrophic failures down the road. Watch out for repair clusters. Multiple major fixes like timing chain or air suspension work in a short span often point to chronic problems that could return. Missing records are a major red flag. Not only do they weaken resale value, but they also leave you guessing about skipped services that can turn into a $4,000 transmission rebuild or a $2,500 timing chain job. Certified pre-owned cars usually come with a complete digital service log and recall paperwork, giving you extra peace of mind if the seller cannot produce a full stamped record. Be ready to walk away. Number 2, Mercedes-specific rust spots and known model issues are where even the sharpest buyers can get caught off guard. Start with the AIR suspension. Airmatic and ABC systems show up across G, LE, G, LS, and S-Class models, and failure rates are high enough to trigger recalls on over 100,000 vehicles in the 2023 to 2024 GLE and GLS production run. Watch for uneven ride height, a suspension warning light, or a soft bounce after a bump. A complete air suspension overhaul can cost anywhere from $4,500 to $7,500, and a neglected system often leads to repeat failures if not fixed properly. Blue-Tech diesels have their own trouble spots. DPF and DEF system failures hit about 14% of owners before 120,000 kilometers, with repairs easily reaching $2,000 to $5,000. Look for black exhaust smoke, a persistent warning that the DEF tank is empty, or rattling from the turbocharger. Timing chain guide wear is another silent killer, especially on older C-Class and E-Class models. A metallic rattle at a startup or around 2,500 RPM could mean a $1,800 repair bill is just around the corner. Rust hotspots are model-specific. Rear wheel arches on the W211S class, underbody splash shields on the ML, and door frames on C-Class models from the late 2000s. Bubbling paint, flaking undercoating, or aftermarket patches are all warning signs. Before you get too far, run the VIN through the recall database and ask for proof of any major repairs. These issues are not just line items on a service record, they are the difference between a luxury bargain and a financial sinkhole. And finally, in first place, nothing protects your wallet like a pre-purchase inspection by an independent Mercedes specialist. This isn't just a quick walk-around or a code scan. True experts use factory star and Xentry diagnostics to probe every electronic control unit, from the engine and transmission to air suspension, climate, and seat modules. They will bench test the mechatronic unit from the 7G Tronic or 9G Tronic gearbox, checking for pressure sensor drift or valve body faults that can cost $4,000 to $10,000 to repair if missed. An ultrasonic rust scan goes far deeper than a flashlight, flagging frame or subframe corrosion invisible to the naked eye, especially on older S-Class, E-Class, or Sprinter models. Expect a full specialist inspection to cost between $150 and $400, depending on your region and the shop's scope. That's a fraction of what even a single major repair would cost, and a clean specialist report gives you real leverage in price negotiations. If a seller refuses this level of inspection, consider it a giant red flag and walk away. No matter how thorough your own checks, only a Mercedes-trained specialist with the right tools can guarantee you're not buying a hidden money pit. Drop a comment below with which Mercedes model you're looking at, and don't forget to subscribe for more car buying tips. Across all 10 inspection points, one pattern stands out. Every costly Mercedes mistake starts with a missed detail, like rust, hidden codes, or gaps in service. Protecting your wallet means trusting evidence, not appearances. A careful inspection is your best investment. Drop a comment below with which Mercedes model you are looking at, and don't forget to subscribe for more car buying tips.